I have ideas. Can it be Rex? Is there anyone else it could be? He's changed. He has a beard. I mean, I get it. I sympathize with you, but stop it. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to Rebels Season 2, Episode 3 and 4. Now, so far this season is off to an amazing start. It already feels so much more darker than Season 1, I guess. Mainly because the Minister died in the last episode from a trap set up by Vader. So already there's higher stakes involved in this, and I just love how the show displayed Vader in the last two episodes, where he was just this unstoppable force. It made our hero seem so helpless, and I just really love the scene at the end where it's Hera versus basically Anakin, and it was a pilot fight, and Hera managed to get away. I think so far it's done such a great job of just setting up what this story is going to be like compared to Season 1. We've already got bits on what the Rebels are doing and how they have a safe haven. There's a base, which I'm looking forward to getting more info on. And then Vader, of course, saying that he's going to send another Inquisitor to come and deal with the Rebels. So I'm hoping he's going to back off a bit now. Otherwise, the Rebels don't stand a chance. Vader would wipe them out so easily. So it's good that there's going to be some underling that's going to go after them. So that gives them more of a chance. Yeah, the other thing what I'm hoping for with these episodes is just to be smaller and a bit calmer than the last two that we've seen. And just for Ahsoka to have some involvement with our new Jedi. Just because Kanan, of course, ended his training as a Padawan. Ezra is training currently. They're not the most knowledgeable people, yet now they have Ahsoka. I want them to use her knowledge. She could be so helpful here, and I hope that her being here doesn't get wasted. I want her to just help these two. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. And if you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon. The link will be in the description. Over there, I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. With that said, let's just dive on in.
When things got tough for me on Lothal, I'd go find some place to hide.
You are never shy with your opinion.
Has Sabine changed her hair? Is it a different colour? Was it like that in the last two episodes?
Or aid the nearby system suffering from Imperial oppression.
We can't help others if we can't help ourselves.
Okay, I like this. They're both trying to help, but Kanan, of course, wants the more heroic side of things rather than the more militaristic type stuff.
Great military commander with a vast knowledge of the Outer Rim. He could assist us in finding a base.
Wait, you don't have a base? Who are you talking about?
I lost track of him a long time ago, and all my transmissions have gone unanswered.
Who's she talking about? Yeah, that hair is definitely different. Did I miss that in the last two episodes? Oh, one of those old droids.
These droids were great at finding things. Found my master and I a few times when we didn't want to be found.
Reminiscing.
You're not coming with us?
I have something else to attend to.
Oh, why?
The Sith Lord.
Yeah. Okay.
There are questions. Questions that need answers.
Things gone a whole lot more serious. Okay, so she's gonna investigate Vader.
If you find my friend, you must trust him.
If he's all the things you say, we can't afford not to.
I have ideas.
Trust him.
Okay, so she's going off to investigate Vader. I feel like maybe I'm being too hopeful, but maybe Rex? Maybe? That's who, like, military leader. They're close. Maybe that. Trust him? That feels like what it would be. Clone. Kanan obviously would have issues with that. Can it be Rex? Is there anyone else it could be? Like, what would Rex be doing? He were Bad Batch. He was doing his own thing. He was going to try and do... talk about the Senate stuff. He was trying to free clones or do stuff with the clones.
You finished the important repairs. How did you define importance? Chopper and I are staying here to clean up his mess. Take the Phantom. Hopefully we'll be ready to go by the time you get back.
See, I love Hera and Chopper's relationship. If it was anyone else, Chopper would be zapping Hera like nuts. But no, he just listens to her. It's great. This planet. Have we been here before? Is it the place where the Toad guy went with the droids? The salt plain planet. So lifeless and dead.
Could really get lost out here.
Maybe that was the idea.
Is it that same base? That same planet? Was there something that... there was like... That's where they mined explosive stuff.
75677.
It's homing in on something.
So it has found something. Can it be Rex? What ties would he have to this planet? Gregor. Maybe? That looks like a Clone Wars thing.
Now that is a work of art.
Okay, a bit funkier.
Used during the Clone Wars.
Is it him? Let it be him. It is a Republic tank that's been done whatever to. Please be him. What have you been up to? Like, why would you be here, though? You were doing stuff. Bad Batch, but it's been a long time since then.
Ezra, be on guard.
Is Kanan going to trust him? Is it going to be him? Okay, is that him? I think that's him. That's him. He's changed. He has a beard.
Just a bunch of old geezers.
Well-armed old geezer.
Kanan?
Does the number 7567 mean anything to you?
What did you just say?
I said 7567.
Okay, what?
Well, that's my birth number.
Birth?
Clones, yep.
They're clones.
Kanan, no.
Kanan, wait! Stop!
Jedi, they've come for revenge.
No, no, wait, who is that one Gregor?
That's how you, Barrio. I'll gun you down. Stand down, troopers. Now.
It's Rex.
A Jedi. I know, but they weren't the ones that betrayed us. Remember, Wolf.
None betray. Wolf. Okay, that's Wolf. Yeah, oh dear.
Sorry about the, weapons malfunction. My friend here's just a little defensive.
Okay, so you got. Wait, so that means Wolf left the Empire too. He got out because the last time we saw him, we was hunting the Bad Batch, so he got out.
It's nice to meet you, 7567.
No.
Actually, my name is Rex.
Yes.
Meet Commanders Gregor and Wolf.
Okay, it's Gregor.
were sent by
Okay,
Ahsoka
so.
Ahsoka Tano.
Ah.
I fought by her side from the Battle of Christophsis to the Siege of Mandalore. A friend of hers is a friend of mine.
Amazing.
You're a big one, aren't you?
Bigger than you.
Are there any others here?
With us, son.
Oh, yeah, I might move the dust.
Ugh, of course. Does he want to collect the old helmets too? Does he even have some of those? Because they're super old now.
We could use your help.
Would Rex?
I'm not sure I'm much help to anyone.
What happened to you? I feel like you jumped at the chance to help.
This was a wasted trip. You heard the clone. He's not interested.
Clone, stop saying it like that.
Well, the Empire certainly isn't the Republic. Can't do anything about that.
You could fight.
Where'd this fight go? What happened to you after Bad Batch?
Ahsoka said you knew about all sorts of secret locations in the Outer Rim.
You know, Wolf does not seem happy here.
Why don't you just wait outside and I'll put together a list of coordinates.
What's he doing?
In danger.
Wolf, relax. We've got the situation under control.
You look very happy to help.
What do you think the Empire will do to us if they find out that we are helping a Jedi?
What happened? Did they lose like a big thing against the Empire then?
I was thinking, since we're providing you with the list of base,
What do you want?
roam the Chupa, elusive big game.
Oh, food. You want food? You want... Okay.
What do you need?
Him.
Why? Okay, so they need food. They're going to use Zeb as bait for whatever this thing is. And that seems pretty good. That seems quite nice to get food for them. But why can't they have? What happened to them?
A binary transmission from an old clone unit on Celos. Something about a Jedi.
That system is.
What?
Send a probe to investigate. All leads must be pursued.
Wait, so one of them ratted them out? It wouldn't be Rex, it's Wolf, isn't it? I get it. I need to know what Wolf went through. Last we saw him, Bad Batch, he did respect Rex and let him leave, but I'm guessing he did not come out unscathed. And he still has some, maybe, attachment to the Empire or fear of it. So whatever happened that got him out, it must have been big.
You don't trust these clones, but they haven't done anything.
To you.
Ahsoka said to trust him. You trust her, don't you?
You weren't there. You weren't even born.
Yeah, it wasn't good what happened to him. It'd be so much better if you just told him what happened.
The end. The end of the war.
Has Sabine changed her hair?
That I fought side by side with suddenly turned and betrayed us.
Oh, the trauma.
I watched them kill my master.
There it is.
Then came for me. Later they said they had chips in their heads that made them do it.
Later.
Gregor and I all removed our control chips.
Yeah, okay, so Wolf got that one out too. Okay, but at least that gets all the information out in the open. That's great. But I love just hearing that from Kanan, just hearing the trauma there. Just with him talking, I'm picturing what happened in Bad Batch. It's like they gunned them down, he got away, saw his master killed, and then later he got told about the chips. I guess just doesn't believe it because yeah, he just legged it. But then, would he have trusted Hunter? I feel like he was still kind of very much wary, even though Hunter kind of helped him to escape. He was still very much on the run though. Crosshair, of course, didn't help anything there. Should I have him on a leash?
Keep on going forward! Just a little bit more! We're coming up on a hot spot!
He's too happy about this. What's happening?
Everywhere else on this desolate rock.
How can you tell this is a good spot? What is that?
Alright, full stop.
What is happening? This feels so concerning. You just have Zeb out there. What's going to try and eat him?
Just a little bit more!
He's way too happy about this. Come on.
Yeah, well, Zeb packs quite a punch.
Oh,
Okay, no, he's food.
Jupas supposedly love the sots.
They love them?
Come on, put the pieces together.
Maybe it's about the texture, you know? It's
Wait, Zeb's not the hunter. He's the bait.
Yeah.
hunter, bait, it's all the same.
It's not.
Zeb, get back now. I think this thing's taken the bait. Leave.
Zeb, what is it?
Oh, it's close. Move. It's gonna be like a giant worm, isn't it?
Carabast.
Please.
What are you doing?
Run!
Oh. Oh!
Zeb, no!
Oh, and he's gone. Is that a fish? Is that meant to be a fishing line? It's electricity. Okay, at least you can track it. Okay, yeah, not concerned at all. I'm gonna hope that means you think Zeb is fine, not that you just don't care.
I bet you know a thing or two about mechanics.
Yeah, good bet.
Mandalorian.
Line can overheat and shut down. No line, no jupa, no Zeb.
Okay, very important mission now, Sabine.
Bolt of energy down to the jupa. Do it enough, and you should bring it up.
What'll that do to Zeb? They're sending bolts down to it. Is Zeb gonna get zapped each and every time?
Was never a general.
My mistake. Sorry, Commander.
No,
No, he was a Padawan. But yeah, that's so interesting to think about. Kanan was never a commando or anything. This feels so light and fun.
Get it now.
What's that gonna do to Zeb? Is he being digested right now? What's happening to him?
Hit that line. Bring him up.
What is it? We just saw a tongue. Is it gonna be a giant worm? I doubt a worm has a tongue.
Dig in. This is where we finish the battle.
I don't just see. It feels like Rex is still like in command or the battle talk. Come on, Sabine, don't lose it.
I know! Working on it!
Okay, don't lose Zeb. I love how crazy this all feels. It's so light and weird compared to the last two episodes. Okay, it's working. Zap it. Zap. What is this doing to Zeb? Is he like frying down there? Oh, Greg, I'm so happy. That's horrifying. That's awful. That's like a, oh dear, spider, worm, snake. Gregor, what is wrong with you? Dear me. That thing is nasty. No, please. Oh, Zeb was all the way down the gullet. Dead? Line cut, Zeb. Say it's dead. It's dead. Get Zeb out now. Where is he? Can he climb out? I hate the look of that thing. He's fine. He couldn't have been digested yet. There we go.
What a smell.
Ugh. Oh dear, he's way too happy about this.
That was impressive.
impressive.
As far as Zeb isn't trying to kill him.
I was in that thing's mouth.
You didn't get fired at all?
You brought in our biggest catch ever.
Twitching, is it alive?
Actually, it wasn't so bad, Kanan.
Really?
I knew I had the beast from the beginning.
Idiot.
We held up our end of the deal, Captain. Now it's time to get us those coordinates so we can go.
I want Kanan and Rex to get on better, but I do like how they're doing it. It makes so much sense. I want them to get on better. Like, would Rex go and help them? Like, what happened? I felt like the last time we saw him, he was ready to try and fight the Empire. He was doing so much. And now he's just here? What happened to him? And yep, there's the probe, and it's seeing everything, and now they're going to have a bunch more problems to deal with. It's shocking that this thing is still working.
Fought side by side. They saved billions of lives.
Seeing the lighter
including
side
my
of
own.
it. Yes, they did, including her own. That way, what point is she referring to? I mean, she could be referring to any of it because she was older. Would have been born around Clone Wars if she was in Bad Batch. Yeah, she got saved by the clones in Bad Batch. I love that line now. Like, oh, what's it doing? It's not just a probe. You should just be sending signals back. What are you doing? What's it doing?
I've assembled a list of potential bases and clearance codes and a few protocols the Imperial
Is the droid gonna find that? All these lists, is that whole list gonna be completely useless?
A great Jedi once told me that the best leaders lead by example. You do that well.
Who is that? Would that be Anakin?
I've learned from a great Jedi too. Kanan.
You know, I don't think he likes me.
Yeah, obviously.
Can't say I blame him.
Oh, at least you understand. Oh, I love Rex.
Won't you reconsider joining us?
I've outserved my purpose for that kind of fighting, I'm afraid.
Really?
Question the point of the whole thing. All those men died. For what?
So you gave up?
Guess what they thought was right.
Oh, Rex. What happened to him? He was still fighting after the war. What'd he do? Imperial stuff. Logo.
The clones gave us up. They warned the Empire we're here.
Wolf specifically.
You're mistaken. We would never do that.
Look at him. Look how guilty he looks.
And there are messages Ahsoka sent to Rex, and he never answered her.
What?
I never got any message.
Wolf, what has Wolf been doing?
I knew it. I told you, they can't be trusted.
It's Wolf specifically. He's even been blocking the Ahsoka messages?
I contacted the Empire. If they found out that we were helping Jedi, they'd wipe us out.
Oh, Wolf.
Go warn Hera. Tell her to scan for incoming ships.
Oh, I was coming for that too.
Can't live under the fear of the Empire for the rest of our lives. You're right. They're not our enemy. I'm sorry.
Is he actually? I don't know if he is. Okay, we haven't had a lot on Wolf since... yeah, okay. Oh dear, it's weird seeing these things actually fight. They're pretty good.
I hate probes!
Normally they're taken down pretty easily. Does it have the data list?
You gotta make this right.
I mean, Wolf kind of needs to make it right, but... He's gonna get it. He's amazing. Yeah. What about the data? Would the Empire have gotten that? Yeah, what are you gonna do with Wolf? I want info on that. What made him leave the Empire, and why is he like this now?
How's the Phantom?
Well, engine took a direct hit. We're not going anywhere until I can fix it.
Great.
You mean we're stranded?
Yep. And the Empire's on its way.
You can take him. You got it. You got it. You got it. What? It's gonna be a Star Destroyer. What? Okay, to be continued. Great. At least that means more stuff with Rex. Amazing. Okay, this episode was so much fun. I love the lighter and just funny feel to it compared to the last two episodes. And we get to see Rex again, so he is back. I've got so many questions revolving this. I know that this obviously came out... The last thing you got was Ahsoka leaving the the Jedi Temple. That's where the Clone Wars left off. Then Disney bought Star Wars, and then you had Rebels. So there would have been a huge jump between this, and now it's slowly been being filled in. So now you have Bad Batch, which explains what Rex did after doing Clone Wars, but there still seems to be a bit of a gap. See, at the end of Bad Batch, he was going off with Emery to, and it was also Senator Chuchi. They were going to do stuff with the Empire and in the actual Senate stuff. So I'm assuming that probably ended very badly considering where they are now. We know the clones have been retired, nothing changed there, but somehow they got Wolf out of it as well. And now they are on an old Republic tank going around a dust and salt planet, so that's great. But because now when he's separated from Emery, Chuchi is nowhere to be found. So that's obviously had a really bad ending to it for them. But this is making my head spin now. What could have been so bad that he completely gave up the fight? He was doing so well in Bad Batch. I know, this just makes me very curious, especially with Wolf and what he's been doing. So Wolf has been so terrified that he's been blocking Ahsoka's messages, and he ratted out the Jedi that found them. That is insane. So whatever he went through that got him to leave made him so petrified that he's been blocking all contact and trying to stay as isolated as possible so the Empire doesn't even consider going after them. So the last time we saw him, he allowed Rex to leave, so maybe because it stayed quiet, because the rest of the people in his troop were also clones. So something that's so bad must have happened after Bad Batch. Oy, oy, oy. But I do love this episode and what it did with Kanan, just getting him actually to connect with his past more than before. This is a whole other side of connecting to his past. Yes, I guess he would have known Ahsoka from the Order, so that's something, but we haven't really had anything on that. But now we've gotten to see him actually talk to clones, and I love how they don't shy away from his trauma with them. Of course, the audience loves Rex, and we love Kanan now. So just seeing these two be at odds feels so weird, and I hope they do get on a better relationship, but it makes so much sense why Kanan would be so reserved about all of this. I loved his monologue talking to Ezra about being in the Clone Wars. It's something that Ezra can never understand because he was not around then. He wasn't even born at that point. Yet the fear that Kanan felt, having the people that he trusted, that he fought with, just suddenly turn on him without warning, kill his master, who treated him apparently quite like a parent, and he had to just run and hide. We got to see sort of it and see how he escaped thanks to the Bad Batch, but it left him so trauma-ridden that now when he sees them at all, it makes me so wondered about what Kanan's life would have been in general, because he must have run into clones before as well. What would he have done in those situations? Would he have just legged it as soon as he saw one? But of course this is all revolving around Kanan's fear, which is probably his biggest thing that he needs to work on. This is what happened in the final, where he fought the Grand Inquisitor. His fear was gone when he thought Ezra had died, because he had nothing left to fear. All he felt was the Force to take down the Grand Inquisitor. Now, we're getting another look at his fear and his trauma from the past, because Ezra's supposed death would not have, resolved the fear he feels with clones and his whole trauma around that. Would it be fear? I'm not sure he's afraid of the clones. He's more distrustful of them. It's what happened in his past. It's what he needs to deal with now. And like getting over the whole clones thing, would that make him better? I feel like it definitely would, because he can then trust them more and then they can work with him. But there's still this huge rift between him and Hera, though. That's still present in this episode. So first off, we have the idea that Hera still wants to be part of the bigger rebellion, do the bigger things, while Kanan wants to be more localized, help people that the Empire's hurting. So they're at odds in those senses. Hera sees it as the best way to help those people is actually taking on the Empire directly. Kanan sees the best way of helping people is actually to help them directly, rather than going after the Empire. It's so cool just to see them at odds, because they've been so in sync for so long, and now getting to see them bicker back and forth, because we've been so used to just having Kanan as the leader who's calling the shots, what Hera's been in the shadows. Now both of them have the spotlight of leader, and of course they're going to have to sort of decide what they're going to do together, which isn't working right now. So I love that that's building, and maybe with whatever's going to happen with Kanan and the clones, something can be resolved there. Maybe this will help Kanan decide more. No, because I don't think he's wrong either. Helping smaller people and like smaller groups of people that the Empire's hurting is still right. I'm almost hoping that Hera gets something to do as well, so that she can maybe see Kanan's perspective of helping smaller people rather than going after the giant empire. But I also just love how much, I guess, Bad Batch built off some of this stuff. Like Hera's line about being helped by the clones before. That was built in Bad Batch. She had a whole episode, she had a whole arc in that. And of course, the clones, the Bad Batch, helped her and helped her family. Now, I want to know if maybe she had help from the Clone Wars side of things, because we know Cham was helped by the clones. Is that what she could be referring to there? I feel like she could be referring to both, but she just specifically mentioned during the Clone Wars, not after it. Yeah, then I will also say, I think Sabine definitely took a whole lot more of the spotlight here. She had a bunch more to do, rather than just being the fighter or the gunsman, and she got so much to do with engineer stuff. Of course, Rex knows about Mandalorians, he can see that in her, and he knows that she's going to be a great engineer and help around with the tank. She's the one that found the droid, she's the one that's been very enthusiastic about doing all the stuff, and she's the one that figured out what Wolf was doing and saw and warned everyone. So I do like that she's definitely not fully in the spotlight yet, but she's getting even more to do than season 1, and I just like that subtle change in her. Yeah, it's just so good seeing Rex, Wolf, and Gregor again, seeing these old characters come back, because I'm trying to think, where was the last time all of these people were seen? Because from the perspective of when this show first came out, Rex would have been still at the Jedi Temple helping Coruscant during the war. Wolf would have been there too, and Gregor would have been just found in the desert after his amnesia. I think that's when that took place, season 5, it could have been season 6. Or his appearance just came from the Clone Commander game. And of course now we've had so much building on all of them, but now I honestly really want another show now just focusing on whatever happened between Bad Batch and now then, because it feels like there's a huge thing that's missing here. Wolf being here, whatever happened to Rex that did this, Emery going off with Chuchi, there's so much there that could be built on. And I feel like it's just seeing this makes me want to know it so much more. But yeah, as for going into whatever's happening next, they are now dealing with the Empire that's coming to find them, and yeah, well, I wonder what they would have sent. Would this be where the Inquisitor shows up? It's Callus, so I don't know if he would be that sort of presence. I feel like Callus would just come himself and he'd just send his troopers, because I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I almost feel like they wouldn't send the Inquisitor because it isn't quite. I don't know if it would be too soon. I feel like it could be cool, but I feel like Callus might. I don't know. I've got to wait and see. Yeah. Then another interesting thing is that Ahsoka is kind of going off to do something. I hope that isn't gone for good. She better show up sooner rather than later. But she's going off to deal with the whole Sith Lord thing. So I wonder what she is actually doing there. She knows who it is. She knows it's Anakin. What can she be doing to sort that through? What could she can't really contact someone because there's no one left to contact. She has no idea where Kenobi is. She could think Kenobi's dead. What can she possibly be doing trying to do research on the Sith Lord? Maybe just researching Sith in general. Maybe she wants to try and save Anakin. I don't know. I'm just going to have to wait and see what on earth she does there. But yeah, let us dive into the next episode.
Well, the Empire's not our only problem. There's a storm coming up behind us.
Great.
Coordinates of every Republic base, Separatist installation, pirate hideout, and smuggler's den in the Outer Rim.
Okay, that's a lot. That's good.
Plus a few Mandalorian bases.
Mandalorian bases?
Our war's over, kid. Don't much care to get mixed up in another.
What happened to you?
Say hello to Commander Tano for me.
Oh, why, does that mean you're not even going to reunite with Ahsoka? I want that.
We're gonna be down here a while longer.
Is the ship fixed yet?
Chopper's been scanning. So far, nothing.
Oh, great, he's found something. Yep, great. Move the ghost, or you're going to be shot out of the sky.
Just had to say that.
Yeah, great. Okay. So that's great. Things are escalating so quickly. Can they shoot her from here?
Destroyer just came out of hyperspace.
Gonna power down so they can't scan me.
Okay, phew, they can't. They can barely see anything. Great.
Sorry, buddy. Means you too.
Oh no! Oh yeah, it's an off button. Awesome. They can't see her. They can miss. They can miss. They can miss. Amazing. Okay, good to know that those things are basically blind and they use all the electronic signals from the ships to actually be able to see anything.
Incoming Imperial transmission. It's for you.
They never call back.
Well, great. Now they did. Well done.
Just get rid of him, Wolf.
Yeah, my mistake. And I'll fix it.
Okay, good. Finally.
CC 3636.
The numbers. Just call him Wolf.
Wolf, is it?
Oh, you did.
Please transmit your coordinates so I can investigate the Jedi sighting.
What? Jedi?
Oh no, now he knows you're going to be hiding them. At least you're doing this and you're like sticking your neck out there.
It's a fight you want. I hope you brought a better class of soldier than those stormtroopers.
They're no match for him.
I have a great many of them.
You're gonna need all of them.
Excellent. Okay, yeah, they can't take Rex. They can't take Rex. They got this. They got this. Shermu's boss.
Battle stations.
And you're armed. Amazing. Don't lose your dinner either. I feel like that thing could get destroyed.
Wolf, evasive maneuvers.
This thing has evasive maneuvers. Feels so slow.
He's coming around for another pass.
Do this thing still have weapons on it?
Ezra, protect the Phantom! What about the Walker? It can take a hit!
Yes, it can. It's a tank. Hopefully it can. It's old, though. Come on. Yep, trying to deflect ship fire.
You're wasting ammo.
You're welcome to help!
Come on, Rex. You got a great shot.
We haven't been shot at in years.
Well, it happens to us every day.
Why doesn't someone man the big gun?
That's no good in this situation.
Oh, kinda like you guys.
Oh, stop it.
You want the shot?
Love to.
Are they going to just really enjoy... I've almost hoped they really enjoy this and that they almost miss fighting. Could that work? Could that happen? Could that get them back into the fight? I mean, they can't really stay here. They're now criminals of the Empire. Is that going to hit? Amazing, Gregor!
We'd make a good team if we all fought together.
You would. Are you going to miss this?
Yeah, tried that once. Didn't work out so
Stop
well.
it. Is he going to get in the way? I mean, I get it. I sympathize with you, but stop it. That's a nice shot, seeing the storm on the planet's surface.
Shall we commence orbital bombardment?
No. Prepare for ground assault.
Okay, of course. You want to go down and do it personally. If you did an orbital bombardment, that would take him out very quickly, but of course, he likes things to be personal.
Sorry, I'm in your seat.
Elevations? All right.
Oh,
Really?
he's teaching you. Does this remind him of him and like young Ahsoka? Because he must have taught young Ahsoka to do this stuff as well. Or was she just trained and always like been able to do it? Because I imagine she would. Brought up in a war.
War was never dull. General I fought with was among the greatest of the Jedi.
Oh,
And I tried my best to keep that trust.
what's Kanan going to say? Because yeah, he wasn't there when the chip activated, so you technically didn't break Anakin's trust. And technically if he was there, you still wouldn't have broken his trust because you would have worked with him.
Wait, listen. You hear that?
I just heard the sound of the thing.
2-4.
Oh, walkers! Great. Honestly, it'll be fun because this is technically, would this whole tank be an older walker with its 6 legs? Are these like the new advanced ones? How are these going to work? And like, oh wait, this could be so good. You have the old clone troopers versus the new stormtroopers, and then with the old walker with the new walkers.
Will you look at the size of those things?
Reinforced armor plating.
Is this the first time they've seen them?
You're just gonna turn and run? Just like that?
Well, if you've got a better idea, sir, now's the time.
Yes, good.
You clones love to fight.
I do love a battle, but on my terms.
Excellent, Kanan, just go along with it. Work with them.
Oh, bye-bye, big bongo.
Oh, they're dropping the food! You gotta be kidding, really?
They're turning tail, but they can't outrun us.
They're not gonna outrun you, they're going into the storm. The storm will catch them before you lot get to them.
I think she'll fly.
Good enough for me. Zeb, we're going now.
Really?
Too late. The walkers are already on top of us.
Yes, you can't leave. Please don't leave.
How will going into that storm be any better?
Cover.
Well, the storm will scramble the scanners. We'll all be blind.
But a Jedi won't.
Haha! Work together, please, work together. Clones and Jedi.
Buddy, inside!
Sir, yes, sir.
Oh, he's responding to Kanan like a general.
You are losing them by slowing down. full speed ahead.
How fast can these things actually go? It'd be so interesting if we end up seeing them gallop or something.
Can't wait any longer.
That could send up stuff. I love how angry he is when he gets woken up.
Finish their initial scan, but I don't want to take any chances. Keep your power on low.
They're gonna get spotted. They're gonna get spotted.
You won't be working much slower than you normally do.
Insulting. But then Chopper, that could send off signals. I don't know. I want them to stay safe.
Those things are practically impervious to blasters, but they have one weak point in their armor. The neck.
The neck? Really?
They think because we're blind, they have a chance. Now, we prove them wrong.
I love this too. It's the military versus each other. It reminds me so much of Clone Wars. So what is your plan? How do you think you can try and go against them?
I don't know how we're supposed to shoot something we can't see.
Jedi.
If you're willing to trust me, I can get us that shot.
Work
I
together.
always trust my general.
Be receptive to this, please. I want him to be like happy after this, not still holding grudges. They're gonna walk by, maybe past you. There's the neck.
Found them by now. Pincer maneuver.
Pincer? What? Pincer what? Well, how's that gonna work?
Circle left, double time.
This is so cool, just seeing how... This is so cool, this is so cool.
Full stop.
You're gonna avoid the pincer maneuver? I feel like the Jedi sensors will be better than, like, military orders. Ah, no, you are surrounded. Great. Was that intentional?
What's your next move, clone?
It's clone and Jedi, you fool.
Get us a shot. Crazy, but it's probably our best chance.
Okay.
Once we fire, we'll reveal our location.
Yes, but there's 3 of them.
Ezra should take the shot.
Why don't you do it?
Ah!
We need one Jedi up there manning the cannon, and another Jedi down here to lead us out of this.
2 works, General and Padawan.
Only ones who can see in this storm.
Go on, Ezra, you can do it. I trust you. Please don't mess it up.
Hey, kid.
Oh, Rex's helmet. Can he keep it afterwards? That would be amazing if Rex's helmet ends up going to Ezra. If he's not gonna fight, let that live on with Ezra. But if he, like, joins them, give him the helmet back.
I gotcha! Come on!
Okay, more Sabine stuff, or just more stuff she gets to do. This is so cool, just seeing all the sand and the lights in it.
Around 0.5. Somewhere around 0.5?
Come on, listen to the Force, please. Don't look with your eyes, listen to it and look with the Force.
Targeting scope's useless.
Yes, don't look at that.
Going to see it with your eyes. The walker is there.
Can you not see the lights? Come on, up a bit more, bit more. They can't see them yet. Good, good, good. Helmet off, really? Maybe? Come on, Ezra. Neck? Yes! And they got it. Callus wasn't in that one, was he?
Wolf, there's your opening. Go for it.
Now, leave. Yes, please.
Focus fire on the energy burst.
And they're gone. Can you do that again? Maybe take them all out? Then Callus.
All communication and tracking was lost when they entered the storm.
They're gonna scan again. Chopper's gonna be found.
Transmission coming in.
Not now. We're in the middle of an operation.
Here's a farm.
Sir, the message is from Lord Vader.
Ah?
To immediately rendezvous with his shuttle.
Really? You're gonna abandon Callus? Leave him.
Hang on.
Turn Chopper off. Turn him off.
This is either really good or really bad.
Yeah, wait, so they're rendezvousing with Vader. Could that be to pick up an Inquisitor to again come send them down? That wouldn't be great.
Great shot, kid. Now get yourself moving. This is your only chance.
Yes, please.
What? We can't leave now.
Well, I mean, but what if they, like, you can't leave Rex here? Like, really?
The other part of that mission is to bring Rex back with us.
Yes.
You're not abandoning anyone. We're covering your escape.
But unite with Ahsoka! And he got his helmet back. Okay, fine.
Soldiers, Ezra. This is what we were born to do.
I mean, I know that'll be fine. I'll take down Callus easy, and then they'll have to retreat. But still, I want to reunite with Ahsoka. They are getting away. Good. That is important.
Bring us around.
Can you go back for your food? Can that work?
Rebel ship is escaping, but Constantine will deal with them.
The what?
That's how obsolete they are.
Boys, this might be it.
You better not die. You can't die. You're gonna win. You're gonna win. You're gonna win. Can they win? They're not. They're attacking at the wrong points. Oh no, they're not gonna win. They can't be destroyed. There's no way.
You know better than anyone. They won't give up. This fight is gonna be their last.
Don't let it be. Kanan, go save them. Kanan, go save them, please. They're not gonna give up. They're not gonna give up. Don't. Oh no. No! Come on, Kanan, please. The Phantom can fight. The Phantom must be able to fight. I think it has blasters. Yes, Sabine uses it. Come on. This thing's still moving. Wow.
For the legs. All 4 of them.
Okay, good. Really? Can that work?
Lost their minds.
Can they do it? Can they just ram the leg? Oh, then they're just a giant sitting duck. You can't get the neck. Oh. Is it working? Are you actually going to topple this thing? Is that going to work? Is that going to... No, no, no.
I'll rendezvous with you shortly.
Copy that.
Well, what are we gonna tell Ahsoka?
Exactly.
It's her friend, even though he was a clone.
Come on. Yes.
I've got my problems with clones, but I don't want those men to die.
Thank you. Finally. Good. Development. Come on, aim for the neck.
Come out and fight, you cowards.
Finish them.
Come on, Kanan, right now, please. Do not accept death, Rex. Do not close your eyes like that. Amazing. That is awesome.
Like the old days.
Oh. He seems happier at least than when he was in the Bad Batch. He felt very serious then.
Roomy.
Now aim for the neck. Okay, that's what we can do.
Constantine with my air support.
They abandoned you. So Constantine is the guy that we've seen before who ended up accidentally trapping Vader in the tractor beam. Neck, aim for the neck. Come on, so close. Excellent, you got it. Okay, so you win, you're done. Oh, did that crush your tank? And off they go. They just abandoned the one! This poor guy is gonna have to run all that way?
Looks like we live to fight another day.
Amazing. Fight with the rebellion.
We do when we've got a Jedi leading us.
When you don't need a Jedi, you're amazing on your own, but still. Go with them. Ahsoka, reunion. The ghost can carry all of you, please. Ah, look at Chopper waving away. Okay, now what was this about? Why did you get called away? It was Vader. It's gotta be Inquisitor. Yo, yep.
Inquisitor, I thought Lord Vader was coming.
Is that the 5th brother? Have you seen him from Kenobi?
I care not for your struggles. I will succeed where you and Callus have failed.
Okay, interesting. So wait, since the Grand Inquisitor's gone, would that make him the next Grand Inquisitor, or does no one take that position? Is it just dead with him? Or does, like, I'd assume it'd get replaced, because of course Reva technically took it, but that was kind of just Darth Vader's plan. Ahsoka? Did the clones come with you, please? Yes.
Commander?
Oh, can you hug, please?
You got old.
Had to happen sometime, Rex.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say it back to him. Yay, hug, thank you. Oh, this makes me so happy.
Thank you for trusting my friend.
Yes, now what did you figure out about the whole Vader thing?
It wasn't easy.
Nothing worth doing ever is.
Lovely. You're not going to tell us about the whole Vader thing. What did you end up doing? Yep, ending. Okay. Right, that episode was amazing. It felt so much like Clone Wars, just seeing the Jedi leading the clones and just all working together. And it was also such a great thing with the old clone troopers versus the stormtroopers, the old Republic tanks versus the walkers. It all just felt amazing. Like, you cannot beat the clone troopers. You just can't. Or at least you can't beat them when they're working with the Jedi. They're just a dream team. When they're against each other, then it kind of falls apart. But yeah, that ending with just having Rex reunite with Ahsoka was amazing. Just having it all come back. It feels incredible what this is doing. This is definitely what I wanted. It's that smaller kind of episode compared to what the first 2 did. But I just love that they're bringing so much into this. So now we have Rex back, and I guess he is with the Rebellion now, so he's doing stuff. Still want info on what he ended up doing after the Clone Wars. Why did he stop fighting? But then we have the other Inquisitor coming back. I am going to assume it's the 5th brother, because that's the only one that looks familiar to me from Kenobi. So it will be interesting to see what this guy ends up doing on his own now. He was the one that was in competition with Reva to be the next Grand Inquisitor, so it makes sense that he, I would assume, has taken that position. But yeah, I just love what this episode did. It was so nice and small, and just felt so reminiscent of Clone Wars. You know, the tactical droid head, Ahsoka, Rex, it felt amazing. And then on top of all of that, you had the whole Kanan side of stuff, where I love how this developed him. Just seeing him go from so distrustful of the clones, because so even though he knew about the chips, he still didn't trust that either. He dealt with his trauma, and yes, he might not trust all clones, but at least he trusts Rex. This movement is progress. He's moving forward. And I think the season final of season 1 definitely helps him here. It's the lack of fear that he has now. So he's no longer afraid of, I assume he would be afraid of clones just seeing what they did to his master. So now he doesn't have that fear, and he can now see them for what they are, and he can trust them. He can rely more on the Force to protect him, I guess. And he can just move through the Force, and he can trust these clones, and he can move past his trauma. He sees that Ahsoka trusts Rex, and that seems to be enough for him. Then Ezra, I love what he got to do here, and that we're getting more on him trusting the Force. He's definitely taking the back seat, I would say, in these 2 episodes. Definitely far more focus on Kanan, but Ezra got to do the whole trusting with the Force thing and ignoring the senses, trust the Force. And he managed to make that shot on the Walker. The one shot that had to be made, he got it. So I like they are deepening his connection with it, but again, he still needs a lesson from Ahsoka on the spirituality of the Force, the light side, the dark side, because he doesn't know that yet. He is trusting the Force, which is light, that's inherently light, so that's good, but he still doesn't know about the darker aspects of it, so that needs to be done. So still waiting on just an episode with him and Ahsoka where they just get to talk about it. That still hasn't been touched upon yet. And then I also really like what these episodes did with Sabine. She's still kind of a background character, but she's more in focus compared to what she was in season 1. Like, you can see this episode and see probably the weakest character they got the least to do, Zeb. He was bait. That was basically his role. Now Sabine had far more to do, and she was far more in the spotlight a bit more with just what she was doing with engineering, doing that stuff, being a Mandalorian, doing all that stuff. She got more to do, and I'm so happy with that. It feels like she is being built, and that hopefully she gets more just story stuff to do in this season. But yeah, then they also got the list of names or locations, coordinates for bases that they can have. That is interesting to me because they mentioned Safe Haven. So they have a place, they have something, but they're also looking for bases anyway. So that probably is that instead of going back to Lothal, that's for the Ghost crew then to look for stuff. Because they had Old Republic bases, Separatist bases, Mandalorian stuff, smugglers, and pirates. So that's all of that stuff. That is so interesting, and it feels like they could go down any one of them. Kind of be interesting to go through Mandalorian stuff, because then maybe we get some stuff on Sabine. But I'm assuming that's where the next thing will go, just looking for different bases. Hopefully Ahsoka can stay with them and do stuff. Because still interested to see what she was doing in this episode. She was doing research on the Sith Lord. Is that how to defeat a Sith Lord? How to turn a Sith Lord? Or just what they are in general, because she never faced a Sith. She faced Dooku. But then again, Vader is vastly different than Dooku, so I'm assuming she's gone and done her homework, maybe looked at a holocron or something, and she's figuring out how to best combat Vader. And because she knows who it is, maybe she's just sorting through her feelings of it all and making sure she's still in the light. But yeah, then Hera's side of things and Chopper, they definitely got the least to do out of everyone, just being stuck on the ship and fixing a problem that Chopper caused with the Ghost, so that was fun. But I do like that she has her moments where she's able to talk to Kanan, understand him, and we still got that rift between them that I'm waiting to see where that eventually goes. Because they still didn't answer the question, are they going to be more involved with the rebellion, or are they going to focus more on smaller things that the Empire's doing and help people directly rather than doing the whole big picture thing? Because they're still at odds with that, and I'm waiting to see how that sort of fixes itself. And it feels like they could easily do a whole Kanan and Hera focused episode just dealing with that whole problem, because that is huge. It's a huge divide between them and what they want their mission to be within the rebellion. I mean, it could easily separate them. I could easily see Kanan and Hera being separated and doing their own thing because they are so driven by this. But I do, yeah, it would be, I feel like they could, yeah, their relationship is so strong, and they feel like they could be torn apart by this. You could easily have Hera go off and become a super thing in the rebellion, while Kanan stays localized and doing those small things. Maybe they have a long distance relationship. Would they stay together? I feel like this opens up a lot of possibilities. But if I ask for where this is going, I just want... because now they've got the new Inquisitor in there, so that's interesting as well. So there's a bunch of stuff going on. I feel like it might get more intense in the next episode compared to this, considering that this one was a lot smaller. But now you have Rex in the rebellion. You have them looking for a base. You have an Inquisitor brought in. You have Ahsoka, who seems to have done what she wanted to do with the whole research side of things with the Sith Lord. So now they've given time for stuff to build, and now I feel like they're going to do stuff. So I'm looking forward to whatever will come next, because it'll be interesting just to get a better look at other Inquisitors and what they're doing, because we've seen stuff with Kenobi, but that mainly focuses on Reva. Lynn gets her focus in Tales of the Empire and some kind of bits with Kenobi, but mainly Tales of the Empire with Barriss. It'll just be interesting to see what they actually do with the fifth brother. Will he take on like a good role like the Grand Inquisitor did? Because we've seen him in Kenobi, we've seen what he did there, fighting with Reva. So it'll be interesting to see where he is now and what he is doing here. Yeah, then Callus, just as great as ever, awesome villain. Of course, this time he is more stuck behind a walker, and I love the way they show off his militant way of thinking and just how good he is and competent. Like the pincer movements, being able to do all this while blind was insane. I can't wait to see what happens next and just seeing where this will go with the whole Inquisitor, Rex, Rebellion, places to go. It's just so interesting now. To begin then, I really enjoyed these 2 episodes. It's really fun that they had like two-parters right after the other. But I loved how much this focuses on Kanan, because all throughout season 1 it's Ezra's story and this building up him as a character, dealing with all of this, and we're, as the audience, we are seeing through Ezra's perspective. Being introduced to the Ghost, it's through Ezra. Being introduced to the rest of the crew, it's through Ezra. Being introduced to what the Empire is doing, it's all through Ezra. Now I feel like that sort of changed. Now that we've gotten a better understanding of all the characters, they can now focus on all of them as well. Because these 2 were fully all for Kanan, and I just love it. Just getting to hear his trauma and how he retells what he went through during the Clone Wars to Ezra. It's like the bare minimum that he told him. Like he would have lived through the entire 3 years of the Clone Wars, and he only told him the ending bit. There would have been so much more that would have happened. But just how he put it, I love how they voiced it as well. The voice actor did amazing, just capturing the pain in it too. But I love how they put it, because he could have gone into far more detail, but he chose to sort of put it, I guess, in it wasn't a minimum form, but it was enough for Ezra to get the idea of it. He could have gone in far more detail, like seeing his master die, being chased by the clones, the Bad Batch, all of this. He could have gone into far more detail, but he leaves it quite simplistic in comparison to what actually happened. It's interesting that he does remember it so clearly, because I feel like with a lot of trauma, you can try and forget it or suppress it, but for Kanan, it's so ingrained into him. He almost remembers every single thing that happened during it, seeing his master die, being told to run, and that was her last words to him, having the clones chase him, and then being told about the chip. He remembers all of it so clearly, and that must make it so much more painful for him that he can't suppress it, that he has to remember this and he has to live with it. Yeah, his interactions with the clones are perfect for this, because it was something I was interested in with when Kenobi happened, because we had Kenobi and he saw a clone trooper that was retired without a job on the planet that was just home to criminals and stuff, but he gave him some money. He took pity on him, which was nice. It was not how I expected a Jedi to respond to them. But of course, Kenobi was in a different sort of position with Yoda and all of this and Anakin, and he out of the way of Order 66 a little bit. He got out of it so quickly. Well, not quickly. He was very much involved with it, but he didn't have the same experience as survivors. Yeah, this is the type of reaction I would expect from a Jedi that survived the Clone Wars, that didn't have a great attachment to the clones like Ahsoka did. Like, Kanan never even thought to think about the chips and trying to save people and if they were controlled. Ahsoka, immediately when she started getting attacked, knew something was wrong and tried to save them, which is just so interesting and just so amazing for her. But yeah, Kanan, this is exactly what I'd expect for a Jedi, and I love how they did it. It just works so well that they would be so distrustful of them, and then when it gets proven right, to lash out and all of this stuff. He has so much trauma surrounding them, and just seeing them as, because they're people that they gave their lives to the Jedi, the trust would have been explicit. It would have been the highest form of trust you could possibly have for someone. These clones would have died for the Jedi, and then to turn on them would just completely crush how you see them. It would destroy it all. So the way he feels now, I feel like they did a great job of just portraying it and how distrustful he was of them. But I love that he was able to overcome it and see that he got to see them individually, not just as clones and as this collective force that turned against the Jedi, but he got to see them fight and get to see them as individuals. That one did rat them out, but he got to see how the other two were different than that one. And then at the end, of course, Ezra is the one that brings him back around, helps him to help them, and just get him on a better journey. So it is Ezra again helping heal Kanan, which is just what he needs. Then Rex, it's so amazing to see him again. I love that he was brought back, and it's so this season already. So you have Ahsoka that's been brought back, then you have Vader that's been brought back, and now you have Rex. It feels amazing. I feel like they're going to bring up Kenobi, or what else are they going to do in this show? I feel like no one could be. They brought Palpatine back as well, or at least kind of in a hologram or whatever they did when he was talking to Vader. Who else could they bring back with this? Because I feel like the door is wide open now. Season 1 did so well at introducing you to all these new characters, so they didn't need to bring back a big star that you were familiar with to get everyone introduced to it all and just bring people into it. Season 1 was amazing, and now the door is wide open that they brought, seems like so many people back. Yes, it is only 3, and no, Wolf, Gregor, they brought so many back. And this is only the 4th episode of season 2, and there's 2 other seasons after this. It feels like this is just the start, and I'm loving how they do it. They give so much care to the characters they bring back, and I just love Rex's story here. I feel like there's definitely things I'm missing, and I want the gap explained to me. At the end of Bad Batch, he felt pretty good. He was going against the Empire. He was doing all of this. It was part of the rebellion-ish. Well, not yeah. Yes, he kind of was. He talking? Was he with Organa? I'm not quite sure. He worked with Chuchi, so I would assume he would be close to Organa. Unless my memory is just betraying me again. Yeah, he felt like he was in the fight. He was doing something. Yet here, he's completely lost. He almost is a little bit broken. He's very happy, clearly, but he's completely given up, essentially. Which is insane to think about considering where we left him off. There's definitely a big gap that happened where he was with Emery and Chuchi and doing stuff for the clones. Something obviously failed there and completely crushed him to the point where he's now stuck on a salt desert planet where he's hunting for giant worms. Well, whatever happened, it did get Wolf to join him and he was with Gregor, so good things did come from it. But it feels like there's so much story that could be explored there and I want answers to whatever happened. Yeah, then just seeing him in this episode, I love how he was used. They did not spare any expense. Yes, he is older and probably a bit more fragile than he once was, but he's still amazing. He's still so capable, and just seeing Gregor as well take down the TIE fighter so easily. It was just incredible to see them again and just to see them be as incredible as they are. Ezra, I love that he's kind of taken a back seat in these ones. His main thing that he did was trust the Force and fire the shot in the sandstorm. That was his main thing, that he was able to trust the Force. That was, again, it was moving towards him trusting his senses less and focusing and being one with the Force. It's a good start to that side of the training, less combat, more Force focused, and its aspects and treating it as an actual thing that you can trust rather than just reaching out and using it. So I hope that gets expanded upon more, and hopefully he just gets a scene with Ahsoka where they talk about the Force and what it is like and just help him understand the dark and the light side of it. I love that this is the beginning of it, I think. I hope that he goes through with this more. I hope he starts training with the Force and just thinking, because have we seen him meditate yet? We've seen Kanan meditate and think of the Force. Don't know if we've seen Ezra do that yet, because that'll be something as well. Yeah, then of course at the end where he helps Kanan get over his whole thing with the clones and convince him to go back. So it is that little, he is Kanan's guiding voice. Not only is Kanan helping Ezra to not go down the path that he did, Ezra is helping Kanan stay on his new path and helping him be better. I love their dynamic and their relationship. And Sabine, so interesting with her character. So obviously, I am assuming a design change with her hair. It's green and turquoise now. What was it in the last season? Was it purple and orange? Yes, on the poster behind me, it's purple and orange. So she has changed her hair. And that's interesting. I think, was it in the last 2 episodes? If I did not notice it in the last 2 episodes, I would be shocked at myself. Feels so obvious here. But yeah, I love that she took a more involved role in these 2 episodes. It doesn't feel like a lot, but just with my mind and just trying to focus on this character just to see what she's doing, comparing her role here with season 1, it feels like she was doing so much more. Like in season 1, she basically was doing the same as Zeb in the overall episodes, being the guns person, being the muscle, whereas Kanan, Ezra, and Hera were mainly doing the more talking and dialogue stuff. Sabine was much more talkative in this, talking to the clones, being the one that discovered Wolf's little betrayal, doing the whole engineering side of things. She felt so much more involved in the episode rather than just being the person with the guns. I know I have to wait for her to get more story. I'm just hoping this is a sign that it will happen sooner rather than later, that she is getting more stuff to do. I'll be happy if she is this involved now going forward. And then just looking at the start of this episode in general, I love how in Clone Wars it feels. The tactical droid, having the clone troopers with the Republic tank versus the stormtroopers with the walkers. It feels insane that they did that. Like just seeing these 2 militaries go at it, like for maybe the last time with how the clones are retired, just seeing and getting to prove which one is better. The clones are better. They would have taken down, maybe they wouldn't. Well, the clones with the Jedi would be able to take down the Empire, and that is just a huge thing for me. And it's like, it proves that if the clones did fully get with the Jedi now and with the rebellion, the Empire wouldn't stand a chance. But I would assume that Rex's efforts to maybe unite the clones to form an army against the Empire did fail, considering where we are. And plus, we didn't see like an army of clones in the original trilogy. But yeah, I just love what they did. It felt like they were paying homage to the clones and the Clone Wars and just that what they were together as an army. And yes, they were extremely powerful. Yes, it wasn't the best thing having Jedi be generals in a war, but it just feels nice seeing it again, and just how they very clearly compared them to what the Empire is, and how the Empire doesn't compare to them together. Yes, the Empire have their more advanced technology, but with military knowledge and strategy, the clones win. Of course, when they couldn't have anything left to do, they just rammed the legs, which was it was an interesting plan, I'll say that, but it was definitely like the last-ditch effort to try and take them on, but they were ready to accept their fate there. But it shows that they are, because you have it's the comparison, again, you have Rex, who was ready to die in the battle, where he closed his eyes right as the walker was about to shoot them, and then Kanan, of course, came in. Then at the end, you have the stormtroopers and Callus running away on the speeder, and the one guy just without the speeder legging it. He wasn't prepared to die. It goes to show their difference and just how amazing the clones are. But yeah, then Ahsoka, a bunch of mystery going on around that and what she was doing. So she just said that she was going off to do something about the Sith Lord. I'd assume research it, or maybe meditate on it and think of the Force and figure out her own thoughts about it, because she knows who it is. She knows it's Anakin. She connected. She knows it's her master, but she's not willing to admit that or she just doesn't she knows it's her master, but she doesn't recognize it as Anakin. She realizes that someone else is technically there. So that's probably what she's doing. She's trying to figure out what's actually going on there. She's felt it through the Force. She realizes it's her master, but also someone else. It's something she never would have felt before, and now she has to figure out what that actually means. What has happened to her? Because to her, Anakin, I would assume, would be dead. She doesn't realize he's alive. She felt the turn during Order 66. She felt something happened there, but she would assume maybe he died, because that was the only thing she got. She felt the darkness creeping in, and then she had to focus on Order 66. So she couldn't pay it much thought, and then maybe she forgot about it, or just assumed it meant he died. So now she basically would have felt the Force come back to life, or maybe she would have. Yeah, it was weird. She must have felt like something undead, or like, because she would have considered Anakin dead. Maybe she wouldn't even feel him in the Force because, of course, his change, and now he comes back as something different. Maybe even feels like maybe a zombie to her or something, or just dark side from something she knew was light. It's got to feel so weird for whatever she felt, and I completely grant it that she would have had to go away and just reassess her thoughts and figure it all out. Hopefully it worked, and she can now move on, and we can get some info on what she's going through and what she's thinking, because I want her to be involved in these episodes now. I feel like we've got a good relationship with the rest of the crew, that she wouldn't overshadow them completely, especially with Vader taking a backseat and a new Inquisitor coming in. I feel like Ahsoka could work best with the group now, and because it won't be her relationship with Vader that would be on screen, it'll be her relationship with the Ghost crew that would be on screen. That would work so much better, and she wouldn't overshadow anyone. Yeah, new Inquisitor coming in, but I think it's the fifth brother. Please correct me if I'm wrong about that. I think he's the one from Kenobi. So he was trying to go for the Grand Inquisitor position when Reva was there as well. So I'd assume he is now the next in charge. So it'll be cool to see him take the spotlight now and get more on him. What kind of Inquisitor is he like when he's not squabbling with Reva the entire time? Yes, overall, these episodes were absolutely amazing. Loved that it was a more quiet or light-hearted tone, like seeing the whole fishing thing with Zeb. That felt comical and light compared to the darkness that was felt in the first two episodes. Minister dying, Vader, all of that. I love how they're balancing it out. And then, of course, second episode felt much more in between of the serious tones. You had the lightness of the clones and the seriousness of Callus, and I just love how it was done. It felt amazing just to revisit the clones, Ahsoka and Rex reunited, and dealing with Kanan and having him be the focus of the episodes. Just love how this worked, and I hope that this is something that goes forward, that we get to see more of the characters become the focus rather than Ezra, and Ezra can be developed with them rather than him be the focus, because all of these characters stand out by themselves, and this kind of proved it. Ezra can develop while the episode is focusing on Kanan. It's getting him developed as well, because all of them can do with developing. It's getting them into a different place. I think this episode serves as the perfect example of how that can work, and I hope that maybe this season can do it for each of them. Maybe get one for Zeb, one for Hera, one for Sabine, maybe even Chopper, who knows. But yeah, I cannot wait to see what happens in the next episodes now. Ahsoka coming back with Rex being with the Rebellion, searching through different bases to try and find a place to stay, and of course new Inquisitor coming in. I wonder what he'll be like compared to the Grand Inquisitor. But yeah, it just feels, the Rebellion feels like it's growing so much with Rex being there. I cannot wait to see what happens next. But yeah, with that does bring us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about these episodes in the comments, and with that I will see you in the next one for episodes 5 and 6. See ya!